Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Khotimah Bilkis Syuliani from class 5F. I am majoring in English education at Islamic State University of Raden Intan, Lampung. On this occasion, the purpose of making this video is to fulfill my midterm examination in the textbook analysis course, which is supervised by Miss Firma Pradesta Amanah, M.Pd. What I will explain is material related to the textbook analysis course, namely Sexism and English textbooks. And now, without any further ado, let me explain the material. Definition of sexism. Sexism is a grouping of sexes where one of them is more dominant. There is inequality. According to many experts, women and men are not equal, which man is more dominant in his position. It's the influence of patriarchal culture that causes injustice in gender differences or sex stereotypes. The level of gender inequality in women results in inequality in many aspects, even in the content of the language attitude. Men are more dominant in many positive positions, while women are considered to be more inclined to negative positions. The second is aspects of sexism in textbook. There are three aspects. For the first is one of the most analyzed aspects of sexism is generic and generic men, or also called masculine generic constructions. In English, when we try to translate the words man and woman, it will be more dominant to use the pronouns he or his, not she or her. Or another example, in game, often you use pronouns he or his, even though what's mean is male or female, not only male. The second is another side of sexism in the use of titles, labels, and names. For example, like stewardess, authoress, melders, lady lawyer, old maid, miss, Mrs., lady pitcher, and etc. The titles, labels, and names used are steward or flight attendant, author, nurse, lawyer, single persons, miss, and pitcher. It's clear from the example, women have no place. More nouns. The third is occupational role. In the workplace, women are definitely considered weak, passive, full of emotion, while men are definitely considered strong, active, and reliable. So that in the world of work, women are more restricted and men are superior. Another example, like a name that denotes a skill, is like craftsmanship. There is no such thing as craftswomanship. In fact, it's not only men who have the skills, but women too. Then, in his role as a man, men are more often prioritized than women, and this shows that men are more important than women. The third is use of sexist language in textbook. There are three levels. For the first level is bound morpheme level. Morpheme is a collection of language that contains meaning. With morpheme, is the smallest unit of words and or language that cannot be broken down again. Morpheme itself is divided into two: free morpheme and bound morpheme. Free morpheme is a word that's not related or is free and already has meaning even though it stands alone. While bound morpheme is a morpheme that is bound, in concept bound to a free morpheme. An example of a bound morpheme is an affix in a word, whether it's a prefix or a suffix. For example, like the suffix s, affix for stewardess, waitress, princess, actress. To distinguish the designations because the preparator is a woman, it's necessary to give the final suffix s. This shows that the basic words in the language refer more to men. The second level is word level. There are 5 classifications. For the first is man and man as a single word. In the past, the word man was a noun that could refer to both men and women. But in its development, around the 8th century, the word man had a more specific meaning, not for both genders. The use of man today is considered sexist, which refers to singular and or plural. Then there is also the word man, which refers to a person, such as the following example sentence. For the first sentence is, a man who works in a train is blank blank blank. The second sentence is, a man who drives a yacht is blank blank blank. The sentence that implies someone describes only the implied man. Obviously, there is a discrepancy. The second is man and man on compound words. In the field of work or profession, men are stronger than women. As in the craftsmanship example described earlier, the word can refer to both men and women, but only men are implied. The third is woman, words in compound words. What is meant by the word woman in compound words can be seen from the example, such as policewoman formed from the word police, the word businesswoman formed from the word businessman, and the chairman becomes chairwoman. The fourth is boy words and compound words. The word boy here certainly refers to male dominance. For example, such as newsboy, newspapers boy, and bellboy. This compound word boy has the same function as the man or man that has been discussed. The word indicates the work done by man. The difference in connotations of the word has 2 purposes. For the first is work with a high social status, while the second is used as a general term. The last is girl words and compound words. Previously, the use of boy was the same as man. In woman, other similar words are girl and lady. The word sales girl is adapted from the word salesman. The word flower girl is for a female florist job, although now many men are florists. Phrase level. Noun phrases consist of group of core words. The core phrase itself has 3 components. The first is head word or core word, which corresponds to the name, namely the word that becomes the novel. The second is premodification, which is a word that describes the main word, which is generally located in front of the head word. And the third is post-modification, which explains the main word and it's usually located behind. According to Cecily Murcia and Larsen Freeman, 1983, word phrases can consist of headwords, pre-modification, and post-modification. For example, in the word man entrance and man's friend. The last level is sentence level. In the past, men had roles outside the home such as working to make ends meet, while women were more involved in domestic matters such as taking care of children, cleaning the house, cooking, and etc. But nowadays, women not only take on domestic roles, but also women can work like a man. However, there is a tendency to stereotype in the world of work by gender. For example, doctors are often described as male, nurses are female, and managers must be male. This tendency is also known as sexist language. It arises because of the meaning of the word, not from the elements of the sexist sentence. Examples are sentences that indicate work that are often used as examples for learning language, such as the first is mother is cooking in the kitchen. Second is mother usually cooks food for every meal. I think the explanation of the material is enough. I apologize if there are errors. Thank you for your nice attention. Telah selesai. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.